Hey y'all, what's up? I hope everyone had a great week. I done took my hair down. I was supposed to have these out today. I got home from work late. I didn't get to do it. I got on my night shirt. I hear that. My son has two of his friends over. Tomorrow he turns 10, so they're upstairs playing 2K. Yeah. And my son is a student of the game. The pimple. But they're picking players. My son picked players. He was like, I think he has Magic Johnson. And then I think he said he wanted Dennis Rodman as his forward. He was like, all the rebounds you're going to get. He was like, defense. Because I be telling him, defense wins games. They called me his team's assistant coach. I said, defense wins games. I was like, if you get every board, right, and you block people to stop them from shooting, if you're a good defender, you get boards, that's the base. That's what you should know how to do. The fact that you can shoot, because he's an excellent shooter, on top of that will make you a better player. And I tell them defense wins games. So I'm like, if you stop them from making it into their basket, and you get the rebound from them, from them shooting and from you shooting, it's harder for them to score. Come from someone that loves basketball. But my son is a student in the game. He knows all the players. I done went back. I grew up with the Jordan era, the glove, all that. I went back that far. And went Larry and Magic, because I love Larry Bird. My son took it back further. He took an interest in it. I think he went back to Bill Russell, Dr. J, Will Chamberlain, certain facts he know. I don't even know. I have to look it up, be like, Same with WWE. When he first got into it 2 years ago, he was showing me all this stuff. Oh, like I mentioned before, this is this person, this was person, or he has the best frog splash, and I had to show him the Hardy Boys. Okay. So he's a big fan of them. They came to Galaxy Con, which is Raleigh's Comic Con this past year. He saw him and them and Mick Foley, so he was excited about that. So yeah, he takes interest in something. We go and learn the history of it. We watch the Olympics. And my favorite things to watch are swimming, gymnastics, and track. So when we got to gymnastics, Simone Biles is great. And I told him about the short term that Gabby Douglas has, and Simone is her own beast. But I was like, when I was little, we had Dominique Dawes. We didn't, because of her, we saw our future for us. And that was the Atlanta Olympics in '96. So stuff like that. He's Michael Johnson. So before Usain Bolt and all that. So anyways, I digress. I'm trying to decide if I want to watch Avatar live action. I'm nervous because I'm such a fan of Avatar. I'm going to get into that later. Anyway, tonight's show was and I halfway paid attention to it. I didn't watch Raw this week. I don't know. This week, I think mentally has been exhausting for me. And I say that because outside of cooking, bathing myself, making sure my son is bathed, packing his lunch, the mom stuff, I haven't really been in the mood to do anything. I think this week I was mentally overwhelmed, having anxiety from thinking about stuff that I had to do later in the week that hasn't even got here yet. My issues, I know, with anxiety is timing. That triggers anxiety for me. Anything else, when stuff and my sister has anxiety bad, and stuff that she gets triggered by, I don't get triggered by. But for some reason, it's a time situation. Some of them I was able to work out and conflict because of stuff in my childhood. But and I realize now that nail biting is a form of anxiety, but it's also hereditary. And both of my parents do it. I've done it. My mom has to keep her nails done, or she bites them. But and I have that. But I notice I used to do it when I was bored, peel my nails and stuff like that. But I noticed when I feel I'm late about to pick my son up for something, or he's gonna be the last kid there, or something like that, or I have to do this. It's a deadline that I'm really like focused on, and I won't make it. Not like type of procrastination stuff or like work stuff, but like mainly stuff pertaining to my child. So, or he'll call me like, Mom, my head hurts, my stomach hurts. Like I'm swerving through traffic trying to get to him before like he throws up. And sometimes I feel like I'm not going to get to him on time. Like I start to have anxiety. But anyways, yeah. So, and I get it. I feel like I would have more context clues had I watched Raw. It looked exciting, honestly. To be honest, I honestly wanted to watch it because I wanted to see Jay versus Gunther. But I mainly wanted to watch it to see who the sixth woman was going to be. The smart thing about Smackdown being filmed the same place, the same week, and they just broke it up, is that the people are professional enough that we wouldn't know if you were like a child or something that, they went to the ones that went to Australia early, and the people that was there Monday had to do their Monday thing before they left. But we wouldn't know that. Like I didn't know about the comebacks and stuff like that, and I was hoping that Gunther was going to lose his title, but when I watched the behind the scenes of like CM Punk coming out and talking to the crowd after Cody came out on YouTube, Jay looked out of breath. Like he was in the ring the whole time both of them had talked, and I was like, that poor man. Then when he walked off the stage, I said, yeah, he hurt. He hurt. I was like, that age thing be kicking your behind. You know what I'm saying? Like you're used to it because you've been doing it your entire career, but it weighs a toll on your body because as you get older, your bones and stuff, yeah, you might still be fit, but your bones and stuff become softer, your skin becomes softer, it's not as elastic and stuff like that. So that all takes place because I think, was it when Cena fought, was it Solo? Like he barely, and that was his last match before he went back to acting. Like he looked like he couldn't even get out the ring. And I was like, ooh. But I know about the returns now after the fact. I'm so happy that Raquel is back. She's also one of my favorites. Y'all know I love Bianca and Liv down, okay? And I love Raquel and Liv as a tag team. And I liked Raquel before she was with Liv as a tag team. When she was with, what's her name? Aliyah? I don't know I forgot how they pronounced it. But I liked her then. So the fact that she is going to be the sixth woman is very... Now I'm trying to think of all the women, because we have vets and then we have women that are kind of vets, but they're not like, they haven't been there 7+ years. So they may be like 3 to 5 years, and then you have the newbie Tiff. I don't like, okay, so the first match was her and Liv. Of course, Bianca comes out, and then Liv comes out. In graphics, y'all know, okay? I'm here for it. Love that Liv came out. I love that they hired the new production person. Like, I already explained that last week. Y'all know me, okay? The ones that have been watching, y'all know. I live for production. Live for it. Tiffany, I wonder how long she's going to keep that music. Like, is she going to keep it, or is she going to change it eventually? Because I know some superstars, they change songs over time. They change their look. They change all that. And in certain superstars, they change their look up or go a little. They change their look. So like I said, sorry, I had to pause it and go check on, my son and them. Yeah, so like some people change their looks up, change from heel to face and vice versa. and they'll keep their song, but they might change or add a little something. So like The Rock, like his song, his has been, the bass and stuff has basically been the same. He might add like one point in time, it was like The Rock says, and he was like, know your role, you know. But then he took that part off, and then I think he added more bass or slowed it down or something like that. But it's essentially the same song. I feel like, excuse me. So I wonder if she's going to do like that and switch up a little bit, or if she's going to change it. Yeah, I wonder if she's going to do that. I don't know. But her and Liv fought. Liv is my girl. You know, then she goes and smacks Bianca. Great match at the beginning. And I will say they have great chemistry. Great chemistry. Like, the match was really good. Goes in there and smacks Bianca. Bianca goes out and reaches for her. The ref is like, no, you can't do that. Liv has her pinned. Then Tiff throws Liv into Bianca. And then, I forgot what happened. I forgot how she ended up pinning her. But I was like, Liv had that match won. And then Tiff won, of course. And I was like, they are trying to get her over so bad. Like, I'm not understanding it. And people are like, yes, world champion in the making. And I'm like, yes, I understand that you've been in NXT for 3 years. Not negating that. But I feel like every woman and man should wait their turn, if that makes sense. Not unless you're hot. I don't know what the reception is for her. I think when Roxanne lost her title when she was injured and Tiff became the champ. Yeah, I think it basically started from there, but not negating that she's a good wrestler. She was great in NXT. She's great at her character. People hate her. But I'm like, why are y'all trying to get her over so bad? Like, they tried to do that with Pretty Deadly. It backfired because Elton John got injured. And then when they came back, Kit got injured. So I'm like, y'all gonna push this girl. She either gonna get injured or the reception is gonna end up being bad. Like how people said that they tried to do it Roman first before he became the tribal chief. From what I heard, I don't know. Like, they tried to put him over so bad, and the crowd ended up just like booing him. And I'm like, we have girls sitting. Like, if this was a team, we've been having girls benched, okay? That's been on main roster for a while that haven't even gotten these opportunities. And yet she's gotten these opportunities. Like, if Indy was a big thing and she was champion before she left, why isn't Indy in the chamber? You know what I'm saying? Like, Tegan's been there for a while. Xia Li's been there for a while. I'm not sure if Natalya wanted to do the chamber. I know at this time when you become a vet like she has, she's been there for 17, 18 years. You probably have, can make a decision if you want to or not, to be honest. You could probably like, hey, I want to be in the chamber. They'll consider it more likely they'll put you in or whatever. But like, we have other women that were on the roster before her. I think that's what it is for me. Like, we have other women on the roster, and yes, on Raw they're great as tag team matches, at tag team matches and stuff. But we have to remember that these women were all individual superstars before they worked together as tag team. Like, the only tag team that came in were Chance and Carter. Like, and Alba and Isla. Nobody else came in as a tag team. Like, Indy and Candice might have been a tag team then, but then she didn't get signed to Raw for them to be one now. Not from my knowledge. Like, she went in as an individual, like Tegan and Natalya. And then Zoe just, I feel like, latches herself up to whoever, because she was a solo. Then she went with Tiff, and then Tiff lost, and then got injured and went away, and then she was solo again. Now she's with Shayna. Like, it, I don't know. I honestly would rather see Zoe than Tiff, and that's just my opinion. And that's because she's been main roster for at least a year. For a year. That's the only reason why. Another thing, I was like, so then we not doing the draft? Like, I'm pretty sure when the up, down, now is not doing the ratings things because they had it underneath one thing, which I say it takes away it takes away the anticipation of, oh, what is this person going to be outside of like the YouTube thing? Because I'm like, like I said before, if one of my things is I'm getting 2K24 regardless, but I want to see what each person is rated. You're telling me before I buy the game. Like that takes away the fun. Like, why would y'all? I feel like that shouldn't be done. I don't know if it's supposed to be anticipation for people to buy the game, but it shouldn't be. I feel like a lot of stuff that people want to see, or anticipate, especially kids, or like really, really, really gaming nerds or whatever. That's part of the excitement is like the rankings. That's part of the excitement, like, oh, who's going to be on it? Like, it's okay to reveal a couple people, but not everybody. Who's going to be on it? What gear they're going to wear? Where the locations of the matches? What's the name of the matches? Especially now since y'all have like bought ECW copyrights to names of matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with other games like Tekken and stuff, like, ooh, what's the gear? It takes away the fun every time two people have a match and you're like, this person did that. And then I'm trying to figure out why Tiffany is 79 and Liv is 85. I can't remember what Liv's thing was last year. I think she was at, I want to say a 78. I think. But I'm like, at the caliber Liv was in 22. And I think they start 23 towards the end of 22. Even after she lost the match with Ronda, like, she was in great matches. She's been a tag team champion. Like, she's the wild card. It's like, what? And I understand, like, Tiff has been a NXT Women's Champion or whatever, but I'm like, really? Like, she's a 79, she's a 85. Like, honestly, I thought Liv would at least be 88, in my opinion. Or Tiff would be a 75. Liv would be at 85. And I'm only saying 75 because I think I watched the ratings of WWE 2K22, I think. And Naomi has been a Smackdown champion, I think, twice at the time. I think this was her second run, or right before her second run at WWE as a tag team champion. And they only gave her a 75. But Tiff's only had one title and y'all give her a 79. Like, that does not make sense. Not to me. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. The next match after that was, I don't even remember. Oh, then Judgment Day came out. All of them look great, honestly. I liked Finn's bucket hat. I liked Jessica, the referee's hair. I think she colored it. When Theory, Grayson, and Logan stood next to each other, I was like, they look great. I was like, Logan, you could tell, has been in the gym more. Like, his arms and his chest is busting out through his shirt. And in Theory's body is always bodying. Like, I was like, I actually like the look Grayson has on. I was trying to figure out if his hair if he colored it or if that's his natural hair color. The funny segment, and I was like, it's funny, but it's sad because Jimmy was talking about all the stuff he did to Jay, and then Roman was like, so who called that? And Jimmy's like, Paul, and he told me to do this, and I did da. And Roman was like, you basically just sold him out, basically told on him. He's like, I called it. And he's like, you ran it perfectly. And Jimmy had his hand up. And I was like, they still ain't give that man no high five, no nothing. I'm so excited to wear my No Yeet shirt. Like, y'all don't even know. March 18th, I think. I don't know. Sometime in March. I'm tired now. The sleep is kicking in. But what else? And you know what I'm also excited about? I was excited that first, excuse me. What I'm not really thrilled about is Carlito versus Santos. LWO versus Legado de Fantasma in a street fight. And I don't care how many ways you spin it. And I said this in the past. This is about their 5th, 6th time wrestling. And I'm only saying that because it's not exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be different if it was like Cedric and Dragon Lee again. Or you know how like the Hardy Boys of Dudley's Christian Edge always had a beef, or like The Rock and Triple H had a beef, or like in the matches they always fought each other, but the matches were never the same. Or even like the New Day and the Usos, or some part of Imperium, some part of New Day now. Like, it's never the same. Even Shinsuke with Cody. Like, but I feel like with the Santos and Carlitos, it's always going to end up being Santos winning. If Carlito wins this match, I'm going to be thoroughly surprised. And I'm saying that because he's lost every match against Santos. Like, I don't see it being any other way. Not unless they make him lose the match. And I'm like, so we didn't have nothing. We couldn't feel it with nothing else. Like, why we can't get Electrica versus Zelina? Okay? Why we can't do that? We only got one woman's card match on the roster that we know of. We don't know of no other one. Why we couldn't do that? And then I love when Street Profits came out to fight AOP and they had Street Profits music, the original one, before they had that 1 week where they changed their song. I love that they had that old stuff. I kind of wish that they had different gear, because I think they've been wearing that gear since November, or it's time to get some new one. Like, they wore the blue and black junk, band looking junk, I think once or twice, but they've been wearing that black and gold one for a while. And I don't know if that's their standard. If that's their standard gear, that'd be their standard gear. I just miss the different gear for every city. They picked like a team based off of a city that they were going to. That's what I miss. And I think that's why I'm tired of the black and gold. Like, when they came to Philly, they wore black and gold. Or when they came to Green Bay, they wore like green and yellow, like something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I miss that. And then when they went to a city that didn't have a team, they with a red. But, yeah, so even when they came to Chicago, excuse me, they wore the Cubs gear. I know they wasn't wearing the Bears gear. So, because I know Angelo probably won't go wear that. Not, So, yeah, like, I think I missed that. I like Harrian's hair in a ponytail. He can grow it out finally to have ponytail. I think it's cute. When I saw how big AOP was, I was like, them some big boys. There's no way in hell, okay, that Street Profits is about to beat them. And I love Street Profits down, okay? To, like, my son, like I said, mentioned before, when they were together, loved the Usos. His second, he had, okay, those were number one. Bloodline first, Usos first. Then tied for second was Alpha Academy, New Day was tied for second. Because one day he'll like one more, the other day he'll like another more. Third was Street Profits for him. For me, Street Profits has got to be modern day my top 3. I do believe in every tag team, some one may or may not outshine the other. And it's been showing a lot in the past couple years. Not just with them, but with other people like the Viking Raiders and all of that. So, that's the only blessing about this, the unfortunate thing of a tag team partner getting injured, it's unfortunate for them, because I know the paycheck stops and stuff, and then you're sitting at home, and if you're ingrained blood, sweat, and tears into wrestling, if you don't have outside thing, you don't know how to function in a civilian lifestyle, or you get so used to and love and stand at home, you become a civilian lifestyle. You're like, hey, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I just want to be a trainer at the performance center, be home with my children every day, whatever. But when it's, but you know, this bad part is you get injured, but it gives the other person a time to shine. Like, can they hold it down on their own? And for Ivar, that is a yes. Like, he could be a solo person, and for Jay at the time, it was yes. That's why now him on Raw, he's thriving. But for others, it's like that's all they know is tag team, because they know how to, that they look to the dependence of the other. Not saying it's a bad thing, because if that's what you go in as and that's what you have your mindset as, then that's what you should do. But I feel like you should always prepare yourself for any and every case scenario. So if we're going to ring the practice and we have a trainer there with us, I want you to practice as if I'm not going to be there to help you. So if something were to happen, worst case scenario, you could hold it down on your own till I get back, and vice versa. But yeah, and then so they was getting beat down, and then I think Karen did a head nod thing like this. Scarlett went over there and tried to distract the referee. B-Fab came down, knocked her down. Then Bobby came around and knocked the hell out of Karen. And then, excuse me. And then they both, Bobby gets knocked down, gets his arm hurt and stuff like that. And I said in the past, I see it being a mixed 4-way match between Karen, AOP, and Scarlett versus the Street Profits, B-Fab and Bobby. I don't know what their name is. They need to come up with one. Also, the segment with Ashante and Cedric is hilarious. I love that segment. I can't wait for them to start having matches against other people, because they are going to dominate. One thing I did say about Street Profits in the news, I was like, no, Black History Month. I'll be saying it next month too, because it's March, the start of March. Matter of fact, March 1st is next Friday, and that's start of Women's History Month. So if the woman that's wrestling that I like, sorry, I'm opening up to sex, honestly. Yeah, I like is losing. I'm like, not on Women's History Month. Especially if, and I kept saying it last March, and I was like, it's Women's History Month. Like, if it's 6 segments, meaning, matches and promos, women should have 3 or 4. It's Women's History Month. Like, why? That was at the time last year. I was like, why are we still having 2 segments, or we having a 1-minute match, and then 1 segment in the back talking to like Kayla or something, and then the men get the other 4 segments, and they're long. Like, I'm so glad they approved that, because I was getting irritated, especially on Monday nights, because the women was holding it down, okay? Their storylines are better than the men. Up until, I feel like, January, I think last January, or around this time last year, when Seth won the title. And then Bronson and Bobby kind of started like a beef thing. That time from October to December was for the guys. Ooh, that was real. Especially with like the Miz and him paying people, and then him with Johnny Gargano, and then with what is homeboy name? He ain't even on here no more. Dexter. Oh, and he just stared, and I was like, that's weird. But Yeah, so then after that, I think it was a Judgment Day versus Tyler and them. Of course, Tyler and them won. I honestly thought the Judgment Day, Dom and JD would win. I honestly did. And then I forgot that it's the night before EC. And you know that they make the challengers as well as a champion, if he has a match, he or she has a match, win, to make it look like they're can fight and are compared, So I was like, okay. And I've always said it in the past that I think it looks more believable, like if they lose or one of them loses, and then we go into the match like, okay, they lost this one, will they win the next one? You know what I'm saying? So it makes more sense to me. It gives people higher anticipation. But it is what it is. So, yeah. Bron making his entrance. I get the match. I get this match versus the one they had last week of I forgot who had a match last week to make it look like he was like super strong or something like that, and I was like, this is stupid, because I was like, they did that with Omos the whole year. I was there for like one of the things, and he fought 4 guys in Charlotte. And I was like, and he still lost all his PLEs. So this does not prove that, he's bigger, he's stronger. It's just like, oh, he can handle 4 guys. But this thing with Bron is different because he is quick and it's short. It shows his speed. It shows his athleticism. It also gives people an open eye to the people that don't, to who he is. So if you watch NXT occasionally or every week, we know who he is. Yeah, but this match was for the fans that didn't know who he was. So I didn't find nothing wrong with that. Now, if he had a match like this, like before he had a POE, then I would have been pissed. Because I'm like, what are we trying to prove here? Like, it makes no sense to me. But, and then that whole Dakota and Bailey thing, and someone's like, she's her friend. She's not going to do nothing. And they got a tag team match next week against the Kabuki Wars. I'm like, okay. They could still be in the match together, and then she pull a Carmelo and turn on her, or she pull a Asuka. Remember how Asuka was supposed to be on the side with Charlotte and Bianca, and she ain't get tagged, I think, and did she miss Bianca in the face? Yeah, I think she missed Bianca in the face, and then went over to the damage control side. Like, we don't know. I don't trust it. Okay? Someone's like, Bailey knows she getting food. And I was like, she probably like, okay, and be beside you. I'm gonna. I was like, it's no way in hell you could tell me when Kari and Oscar joined, okay, that they was all right there laughing. Dakota there smiling. Bailey asking what she's saying. Dakota's over there translating. You mean to tell me you knew what she was saying then? But then when you tried to talk to her in the ring a couple weeks ago, talking about, I didn't know what she was saying or what she was doing. Girl, there's footage. Like, I had to pull a belly. Girl, Bianca, girl, we ain't going for that. Like, what? That's why when somebody's like, she not going to turn, what Michelle say on, Destiny's Fulfilled and Loving It Tour and Live in Atlanta? I don't know who you trying to fool. Okay, because we know something going down. We don't know when. And I thought all of them was going to turn on her EC. But I said, Dakota either going to turn on her EC or she going to turn on her after that. It's going to be before WrestleMania. I said, but it's going to happen. Okay, because no. And then I might be missing a match. But then LA and Drew fought. Logan came out. They was booing him. Man climbed on the barricade. I thought he was going to fall off. Went over there to go sit next to Wade with the ear things. Kevin come out of nowhere. with a chair on the opposite side and sitting next to Corey. And I was like, I was over here crying, laughing. Between that and the promo with Ashante and Cedric, I was in here cracking up. And people was like, he is so funny, because they saw the interview with him and Becky. Like, we need a podcast. I don't think he's trying to be funny. And I'm like, I love KO's dry humor. Like, most of the time his humor is dry, I said, but it's hilarious. I love all types of humor. Physical, dry, dark, all that. Like, I'm here for it. So, yeah. And then I forgot what happened, but Logan and KO ended up in the ring. And then they was all fighting and stuff like that. Bobby came out with his arm wrapped, pissed, speared everybody. I looked down for a second, looked back up. All I saw was Drew in the ring. They was playing his music. And I was like, what happened? But then they was like, that's everybody from Elimination Chamber. And I had to reevaluate my life, because I was like, that's 5 of them. And then Randy Orton comes out and RKO Drew. And I said, okay. I said, I knew the thing was going to end on somebody. Oh, you know what I'm trying to figure out? What did Roman say to Grayson? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I low-key want to see this press conference that they had yesterday. I could have sworn, well, it said Thursday. And I want to see Raw. But, if all this stuff, if you basically gave us a summary on Smackdown, on what they think their summary is of it, I don't really need to see it. I could probably look at the top 10 moments on YouTube and stuff like that and check it out. But because KO getting from what I saw, Cody getting beat up by the Bloodline, and then Jimmy sabotaging Jay's match, like, that's out of pocket. Now I was trying to figure out why Jay had them glasses on. I was like, them ain't the same kind he had when he going up, down, down. I was like, they look similar, but why he got them on? And then I thought all the color in his hair went out, but he still got like some white tips at the end of his hair. You just can't see it when it's wet. But yeah, I'm waiting for tomorrow. I'm not gonna see it live. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, okay? Because I'm not getting up at 5. It's what time is it now? It's 10:58 now. That means I would literally have to go to sleep now and sleep for 6 hours. And then get up, come downstairs when my brain is half functioning and I'm blind, because that's if I can find my glasses. And then try to do this and watch and tweet. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. Excuse me. I will catch the replay on Peacock when I wake up. I'll just tweet how I feel about it. I know some people are going to get up and watch it. Because they was like, we watch NJPW at 3, 4 in the morning. Why not? And people that are dedicated would do it, because I remember Becky Lynch said when she was growing up, she used to get up at 2, 3 in the morning in Ireland to watch SmackDown here on Fridays. Get up at her time on Saturday. And people like, y'all, people in the United States, finally get to experience how the people in like South Africa and Europe feel and stuff like that. The good thing about then versus now is then, not unless you had a VCR or something and had your tape automatically set, you miss it. Now, thank God for streaming, okay? Because it will be like, you want to watch this? I sure do. And I'm going to get up when I'm decent and when I'm not tired and watch it, okay? Because right now, that don't look like that's happening for me, okay? I hope you all had a great week. I will see you tomorrow sometime to do my EC evaluation. My eyes are getting heavy. I am going to bed. I'm so tired. I'm tuning the boys out in their rooms across. My son's room across the hall from around. They are fed and all that. I'm going to bed. As long as they don't burn my house up or don't nobody die, I don't care what they do. Love you all. Bye.